We are here on the 5th of Sivan learning the two mitzvot, the Oraita, as customary. Today is the Thursday, 5th day of the week of Parashat Yom Tov Shavuot. Again, we are in Machlokit stage, unfortunately. In Eretz Israel, it's only one day Yom Tov. So Shabbat is going to be, they're going to be reading Parashat Naso. We're going to be reading what? Parashat Yom Tov, Shabbat Yom Tov. So what's going to be? We're going to be people who travel to Israel in this time, in this period, till Tisha B'Av, are going to be in the limbo. You're going to have to repeat the parashiyot or go to minyanim that actually read our parasha. Let's say you go to Israel. In Israel, they're one parasha ahead, right? But you're in Israel. So there's a whole big mahalokit if you're after or not, because the whole Kriyat Torah is what? Kriyat Torah is chova ala tzibur. So it's a big mahalokit if you have to or not. So let's say Israelis that come here. Israelis that come here, they're planning to go back. Israelis don't have that problem, so they just repeat, right? But if they go, but the ones that go there, they're skipping a parsha. So in Israel, I know that there's places that read for Americans. Yeah, in the Kotel you can find many places. So anyway, Bezrat Hashem, Chag Sameach. The today mitzvot are sponsored. לרפואה שלמה לכל חולי עמו ישראל בכלל המחיה בת לאה, יוסף בן מרים, ליבי בת אהובה, ליאור בן אהובה, ליבי בת רחלי, and Moshe ben Miriam Lydia, Chol Chole Amo Israel. Mitzvah number 415. It says clearly that a dayan, a judge, is not allowed to be intimidated by the litigants. Sometimes they give, this is a Hatzallah. How can they go against Hatzallah, right? The judges? Hatzallah. Or some Jewish organization. I don't know. Where's Nathan?
We're going to study together now.
Okay. Bezrat Hashem. So it says like this: Judges are prohibited to be intimidated by the litigants, because the whole point is the judge has to judge the truth. Or a person who has mamash rude, a murderer, right? So a judge might be intimidated and scared of this guy. Maybe one day he'll escape the grips of the, what's his name? El Chapo. Ever heard this guy? El Chapo. El Chapo, this guy.
Jail.
Huh?
Underground. They put him underground or something.
Right, whatever. He escaped a few times. If you're a judge, imagine the judge. A judge is afraid. Probably the judge is wearing a mask when he's administering the law. Because El Chapo escapes, they'll chop him up. All right, anyway.
No, it's
Asur. Huh?
These guys might get revenge on him.
Right, Asur. A judge is prohibited. I don't care who the guy is. A judge is obligated to judge the case, and he cannot think for a second, what if, nothing. There's no intimidation. In America, you know how many judges have been killed? Like every year, there's like a good number. Wow. Judges being blown up, their houses being blown up. Of course.
Wow.
Of course. Still, there is a prohibition for a judge to be fearful. אלא יחתוך את הדין ולא ישים ליבו כלל למה שיקרה. מיכאל, Rabbi Michael, join us please for a few minutes. Come on, then I'll forgive you for the day in the morning. Sit down. Okay? He's promised me to come in the morning and he doesn't come. What are you going to do? אלא יחתוך את הדין ולא ישים ליבו כלל למה שיקרה עליו מהחזיק בשביל דינו. You're not allowed to be afraid what the guy is going to do to you later. You say to him, Mister, I don't care. Right now, this is the law. The law is the law, and we are not afraid. As it says in Devarim, chapter 1, Pasuk Yud Zayin, Lo taguru mibnei ish. You're not allowed to be afraid of any person. V'lashon Sifri, Shema tomar yireh ani meish ploni, Shema yargeni, o yarog echad b'bnei beiti. Like the El Chapo case. The judges, you know how many people actually the judges were murdered in the El Chapo case, You know the famous guy? You know the famous
in Mexico or here in the United States?
Here in the United States.
What?
El Chapo, yeah, this guy's a monster. That's right, and he killed a lot of judges. Even in America, there's tens of judges and their families being killed yearly. It's like a normal phenomenon. Shema yadlik et gidashei, or Shema iktzotz et netioti. Maybe he will destroy my field, destroy my family. Lo taguru mipnei ish. You're not allowed to have this kind of idea, which unfortunately, You'll be surprised that most today Jewish orthodoxy is built on this, against this philosophy. If you take a look at all the communities, especially in a community that we've been exposed to, we're Sephardim who came here to America for a reason, to help out the Ashkenazim to get out of this idea. The Ashkenazim are mamash drenched into it. If you take a look at the entire Torah of Ashkenazim is built around that. Why? What the Goyim going to say? What the community, what the government is going to say? We have to be careful, and we have to, and mamash, they're sacrificing children, sacrificing people, and on behalf, Chas v'shalom, Shema, the Goyim will tell us whether we're doing something wrong. Chas v'shalom. We have halacha, we have Torah, but there's no playing games. No, we have to fear the government, nothing. This is one of the inyanim. We as judges, you're a judge, in your case, every judge. Everything you do is you're judging. Everything in your life is judgment. Hashem is not talking just only to a dayan, this guy is judging these cases. Now, we're talking about, and if you take a look, Ashkenazim, Rachamim, Islam, they have this problem. And we're here, Sephardim, to awaken them and tell them, stop. You cannot play this game. Rabbi Victor Miller said, you can't play politics with Goy. You can't give in to them because they will always win. They'll find a way to get around. Because you're on their turf. So once you're already on their turf, don't say, let's make it shalom bayit, let's make peace. Adarabah. Follow the Torah, strictness of the Torah, and don't look for heterim. Don't look to appease a goy. You will never win. You will never win. As Rabbi Victor Miller many times pointed out, and Bezat Hashem, hopefully, this madness, as Rabbi Victor Miller called it, it's a madness. You're giving in to the goyim, you're sacrificing your children. Well, oh no, the goy, Rabbi, if we don't institute social studies in our schools, they're going to close down our schools. So let them close down your schools. If we don't make sure that every child that comes to our school is healthy according to their standards, they're going to close down our schools. And they're killing and they're putting children in danger, going through medical experiments. The yeshivas are demanding, Ashkenazi yeshivas are demanding children go to medical experiments because the government said so. And they're killing, and they don't understand that they're murdering. That each yeshiva administrator, minahel, will be responsible for murder. A 4-year-old child, a 5-year-old child, all of a sudden dies. All of a sudden dies? What are you, crazy people? No, this is normal, Rabbi. I hate those people with the beards. They come to the parent who was murdered, who killed their own child because they're putting them in medical experiments. The child is dead at 5 years old. He was Gilgul. Shut up. Rasha. It's a Gilgul. You put your child in experiments because the government told you that you can't go into the school. You must have your children medicated. And if they're not medicated according to our standards, we will not let your children go in. So Ashkenazim, they have this big problem. Here in America, they're forcing every child to go to medical experiments in order to get to school. Why that? Because, Rabbi, if we don't allow them, they're going to shut down our yeshivas. Chas v'shalom to talk like this. Chas v'shalom. That's what we're talking about here. Dayan, we are judges. We're not allowed to be afraid of anybody. We have Torah, and the Torah tells us you're not allowed to experiment on Jewish children. On Jewish people can't experiment on medical issues. Chas v'shalom. Shoresh mitzvah zu, hasechel me'id alav. The foundation of this mitzvah, dinei mitzvah, ma she'amru, zichronam levracha, as it says. Everybody knows why. Mazda, you're afraid of a person and not afraid of Hashem? He's going to kill my children. Oh yeah? He's going to kill your children. Not Hashem? Not Hashem? And you're afraid of so much? There's a lot of zgulot. Zgula, beduka or minusa. The best zgula, your children will never die in your lifetime. What is it? You go to Aliyah, the Torah, on Yom Kippur, and you cry for the children of Aaron that were killed. Says B'nishchai, this Gula is the best. You go on Yom Kippur, Aliyah, the Torah, you buy it. Even maftir, right? Musif, you know those Aliyot that they give Musif for $101? You buy it. I don't care. And you go there, and you cry. Zgula B'duka Menusa, says B'nishchai. You cry for the death of children of Aaron, it's guaranteed you will not have a child die in your lifetime. Okay? So you're afraid? Don't worry, there's other things that should protect you. Anyway, Dinei mitzvah, ma she'amru zichronam levracha. Have a wonderful day, thank you. As our teachers told us, in Sanhedrin, Vav Amud Bet, Shnayim sheba'u lefanecha ledin. 2 people came in front of you, Echad rach ve'echad kashe. One person is a chapo, and one guy is Shlomo El Harar over here. Shlomo El Harar is giving you a hand. It's like, where's the hand? I'm trying to grab it. And then you have El Chapo. The El Chapo. Ad shelo tishma et divrehem, until you don't hear their words, or afilu tishma et divrehem, ve'i ata yodeh le'echan adin noteh, until you don't know the whole situation and you don't know what's going to be the end. Ata rashai lomar lahem eini niskag lachem, nizakek lachem, sheba yitchayev v'nimtza rodev achar hadayan leorgo. So what's going on here? So again, if the case did not start before him, he did not start listening to the case, right? So a judge could say, "Listen, I'm busy right now. Whatever it is, he runs away. Whatever he doesn't. What's his name? He doesn't know. Maybe El Chapo is right. Even though Mr. El Harar over here looks like a young guy who never cheats anybody, maybe El Chapo is right in this case. So in this case, you see the murderer is in front of you. Mr. El Harar is judging with El Chapo. HaShem should never. But let's say there is a judgment. So the judge in this case, the judge knows this is a murderer, and he doesn't know the ta'anot yet. He's allowed to back out. He's allowed to back out. Because in reality, he's not backing out. Yes, it may be he's back out because El Chapo is afraid of El Chapo. Could be. But in this case, he's not backing out because he doesn't know, he knows that the El Chapo is wrong. In this case, could be still El Chapo is right. So there the Torah allows him to back out. But now that he knows El Chapo is wrong, and El Chapo, if he says the word wrong, he's going to be on the spot and no more. Over there, the judge is not allowed to say El Chapo is wrong. He's not allowed to not say it. He must say, El Chapo, you're wrong, mister. El Harar, you best pay El Harar the fine, or whatever the agreement was. He's not afraid, he's not allowed to be afraid of El Chapo anymore. The Torah tells us you're not allowed to be afraid. וכן תלמיד היושב לפני רבו וראה זכות לעני וחובה לעשיר אינו רשאי להיות שותק שנאמר לא תגורו מפני איש. Same to a student, even sitting before his rabbi, and he knows that the ani is ani is on the right, like today. Most of our rabbis they'll kill me if this video goes out. They'll kill me. How dare you bashing the Ashkenazim? Dare you? Here's a Torah b'ferish. A Talmid is not allowed to sit down quietly and say, my rabbi said quietly, okay, they let all the murders by Ashkenazim. Ashkenazim nature is murder, allowing murder. Oh, Rabbi, how can you say it? Here they are. You can't come to my school unless you're experimented on. What? It's murder. No, but 1 second, Rabbi Sofer, but Rabbi Avadia said didn't say nothing. For crying out loud, your Rosh Yeshiva, Rabbi Chaim never said open his mouth against it. How can you open your mouth? Yeah, because I know the truth. The Torah says you're not allowed to be quiet. Rabbi Chaim actually approached me once. Rabbi, why are you talking against it? I said, why shouldn't I? And he right away backed out. Yeah, I have a text. Avraham, what's going on with you? Why are you attacking this situation? Experimenting on children into schools. I said, why shouldn't I? I said, but why shouldn't I attack it? Of course I should attack it. Because it's against Torah. It's murder. It's a murder. 5-year-old baby dies. Oh, it's a gilgul. How are you lying? You're murderers. The father is the murderer. The mother is the murderer. The doctor is the murderer. And all the people who are who are defending them are murderers. And they continue, and they're going to continue until it stops. Okay. Okay, so he said, this mitzvah to prevent harm. This mitzvah to prevent harm and to stop it, and you have to be dayan, you have to go always on the truth. It's forever. No matter where you are. No matter where you are, it's mitzvah forever. Anyone in this world today, if you know the halakha says you cannot perform certain act, and you are just closing your eyes, you're over on this mitzvah also. Mitzvah number 415, not to be quiet. Not allowed to be quiet. You have to go and speak around and say, whatever HaShem does is his problem. The people are upset, the Colombian mafia or the pharmaceutical mafia or this mafia, don't be afraid of anything. You have to say the truth. Don't be afraid. Is that HaShem? Mitzvah number 416. There's a prohibition to be jealous of what others have. It says like this. שנמנעו לקבוע מחשבותינו להתעבר מה שביד אחד מאחינו בני ישראל. Oh, wow. Shlomo, you have a beautiful car. You know that car that you have over there? Lamborghini in your backyard? Vayallah. We're prohibited to have it in our minds. Not allowed to have in our minds that Lamborghini has. Voshito. Oy. I love this Lamborghini. לפי שבקביעות המחשבה בתאווה על אותו דבר יהיה סיבה לעשות תחבולות לקחת אותו ממנו. Why? Because by me placing your Lamborghini in my back mind, now I will be devising a ways to get it. ואף על פי שאין רצונו למוכרו. And I'll do it. Why? Because Shlomo has the most rarest Lamborghini. There's so many Lamborghinis today. Unfortunately, when I was growing up, there was 1, 2. Now it's like they're producing mass production, 20, 30 a year, right? Something like that. Now, Shlomo has one, which, you know which one he has? Somehow he got it in his inheritance from 1976 Lamborghini. I don't know if they were making it, but let's say there was only one and he has that. There's nobody else and there's no way to remake 1976, right? So now what's going to be? He doesn't want to sell them. I will figure out a way to get it. Chas v'shalom. O al yidei mekach, or Halifin, or I will trick him into a business or into a trade, or bechazkaim lo nuchal beinyan acher, or with strength. I'll go there with a sword, Mr. El Harar, give me your Lamborghini. I'll find a way. ועל זה נאמר, it says in Devarim, chapter 5, pasuk Yudchet, ולא תתעבה בית רעך. You're not allowed to be jealous of the house of your friend. וכתב הרמב"ם, as Rambam Zal said in Sefer HaMitzvot, שאין שני הלווין שהן לא תחמוד שבסדר וישמע יתרו, שהן לא, okay, so שאין שני הלווין ולא תעבה שבסדר זה להלווין כפולים בעניין אחד. Okay, so you right away, you should have asked, everybody should have asked the question. What's the question? Mitzvah number in Shmot. There's a mitzvah also. Which one mitzvah? Asara Debrot. Asara Debrot, the 10th mitzvah is what? Right? Don't be jealous also. Over there also it's not jealousy. And so what's going on here? Why are we repeating this mitzvah here? Why are we learning that there is not to be jealous mitzvah here? So Rambam Zichrono Livracha taught us it's two different mitzvot. It's two different mitzvot. שאליו דלא תחמוד ימנענו מלקחת בשום צד בין בדמים בין שלא בדמים מה שקנה וזולתו. For in one place where it says לא תחמוד, over there you're not allowed to be chomed. Chomed means really desiring. Over there's a prohibition, even by taking, by business, by buying, or that whatever his friend acquired. If he doesn't want to sell it to you, you're not allowed to force him to sell it to you. But however, in this case, you're not allowed to desire, right? So over there, Rambam says there is an actual prohibition to go and ask him to sell you the item. Over here, the prohibition is for you not to have a thought for him not to sell you the item. You know the difference? Even to now, over there, there's not machshava. Over here, HaShem is going into your machshava. Don't have it in your machshava. Right? אפילו הטבה בתוך בתוכו. אם התאווה יבוא להתחנן לו ולהכביד עליו למוכרו ולהחליפו לו בכלי אחר. So because of this desire that you're going to have in your mind, you're going to come and ask him to sell it to you or exchange it to you. על כל פנים, ואף על פי שהאחד מאלו הלווין מושך את חברו, even though this prohibition, the desire is going to be, in the end, you're going to transgress of exchanging it, really doing the job. שניים יחשבו מכל מקום, והרי אתה רואה החילוק שביניהם. Obviously, everybody could understand. So again, the first mitzvah says, לא תחמוד, don't desire, meaning that up to coming to the stage of doing the actual transaction. So that's going to be the prohibition. Why are you acquiring this car from this person? Why are you buying the Lamborghini from Shlomo? It's because of this avera that you're transgressing lo chomed, because I was desiring it in order to go and fulfill. But now what happens is This mitzvah number 416 is telling us that it started in machshava. So basically, 416 will lead you to the mitzvah of asarat, the last one and the last 10 dibrot. Okay, which will be what? About 37 or something like that. 38. Mitzvah 37 and 38. Okay. Now, והוא מכולם ריק וריקם, ואיך תבוא מניעה בתורה במה שאי אפשר לו לאדם לעמוד עליו? So this is the very famous Rambam's question. How can the Torah tell you to what to think? What? You have a machshava. How is it possible? We could control your mind? Okay? שזה הדבר אינו כן, ולא יאמרו אותו זולתי הטיפשים, הרעים והחטאים בנפשותיהם. You know who says this question? You know who asks this kind of question? How can I control my mind? Yes, you could control your mind. You know, only fools say we can't control our mind. In reality, you go, right? Somebody asked me once, off note, Jonathan, you sure you could control your mind? Somebody else. I said, of course I could control my mind. So he says to me, okay, don't think about a white mouse. So when somebody tells you don't think about a white mouse, what do? You think about white mouse, right? I told him I didn't think about white mouse. He says, how's it possible? I said, when you told me not to think about a white mouse, I thought about black mouse. Yeah, you can control your mind. Just to be ofech. So now you see what happened. This Torah, that the Torah tells you, how you desiring Lamborghini of Shlomo. You're desiring the Lamborghini of Shlomo, you put it on your mind. So control your mind. כי האומנם ביד האדם למנוע עצמו מחשבותיו ותאוותיו מכל מה שירצה. A person has a full control. I don't want to think about Lamborghini of Rab Shlomo. You know whose Lamborghini I want to talk about? One day I'll get a Lamborghini from, I don't know what, from the store myself, somehow. That's it. Change your mind. Flip it. וברשותו ודעתו להרחיק לקרב עד לחפצו בכל הדברים כרצונו. Everything is there. All your desirables are in your mind. Don't let your Eitzarara fool you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Hag Sameach. V'livbo masur beyado. Your heart and your heart's desires are in your hands. Al kol asher yachpot yetenu. Don't be fooled by the psychologist of today. You have something bad to say about your friend? Maybe you should talk it over. Maybe you should talk to him. You're going to hurt his feelings. No, your feelings come before others' feelings. That's what psychologists tell you. What do you mean? My feelings come before your feelings. Chas v'shalom. His feelings come before my feelings. I don't understand. If you put, somebody tells me, Rabbi, this is the most biggest challenge for everybody. The most sheker. What is it? Smoking. Oh, I can't stop smoking. Why? Because you're brainwashed. If you know, so I tell somebody, you know how you stop smoking? Very simple. Can I feed you a pig right now? Shalom. Why? Why can't I feed you a pig right now? I have a beautiful steak. Come, let's go over here. There's a big restaurant. What is that called? Arnold's? Arnold's, the restaurant right in the corner around here? Or, the Greek fat restaurant right here, around the corner. Right? They sell you shrimp. You want to eat shrimp? No, chas v'shalom. Shrimp is this udoraita. So you understand shrimp is this udoraita? What if I told you that there's many rabbis who hold smoking is this udoraita? Well, we don't hold like those rabbis. Hold like that. Put in your mind that what? That it's udoraita, smoking. If it's udoraita, are you going to smoke? Oh, not right. Oh, now no. But I know the truth. It's not true. Who told you? It's safek is udoraita at least. If it's at least safek is udoraita, so same thing shrimp. It's all about mind game. So we are controlling our mind. If you're going to tell me, no, we can't control our mind, you're right. You can't control your mind. Take a knife, please, and slice your throat. Rabbi, I can't do that. What do you mean? Why can't you slice your throat? Why? Because I'm going to murder myself. Oh, who told you that? I know. If you slice a person's throat, so you brainwash yourself that you're not going to slice your throat. Even more than that, what do we do? A child, a cleaning of the table. Yesterday, my child, 9-year-old, and she had a knife the wrong way. I was screaming like, whoa! She's walking with a knife like this. Hello! I teach my children when you walk with a knife, the sharpness towards your hand, and that's it. You don't harm anybody. So you see, we're all brainwashed. So brainwash yourself. Same thing with ta'ava. Same thing. You can't desire Shlomo's Lamborghini. You can't desire Shlomo's Lamborghini. It's asur d'oraita. It's all in perspective. Everything in this world is protected. How you put it in your mind. This mitzvah of prohibition. Having just a thought of desiring other possessions is constantly, whether it's a man or a woman, Every person in this world, I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Once you reach the age of 13 and the age of 12 for a girl, that's it. You're on the bar mitzvot. You put in your mind, you're not allowed to. Finished. Finished. The only reason why a child is born, as we said the other day, could I have to mention it here, that on the recording, that the whole HaShem purpose, why HaShem made when children grow up, me. Everything was but me. Everything me. Everything to me. Why? It's a very simple purpose. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Hashem told us you have to love your friend like you love yourself. So how do you get to love yourself? You're a child. Until 13, until 12, boy and a girl 13, girl 12, what? You are constantly brainwashed to love yourself. So now when you reach the age of mitzvot, now you're going to know how to fulfill loving other people. And this is, of course, as a general rule over here, this mitzvah of not desiring other people is also loving other people. Why would I want Rav Shlomo to lose his 1976 Lamborghini in his backyard? We know that one of the things that causes the ta'ava, the desires of others' possessions, Rachmana litzlan, opens up what? Opens the doors for a din, a judgment at Shamayim. That's why it's called ayin hara. What's ayin hara? Ayin hara is when I desire somebody has something. Now in Shamayim they open up books and they see, really, does that person deserve what he has? And chas v'shalom, I don't want Rav Shlomo to ever lose his 1976 Lamborghini, so I don't be jealous. Have a wonderful Yom Tov.